Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back. It's a beautiful Wednesday. Today is your last day of topics for the whole school year. That means there's no more new stuff. Starting on Friday, I'm going to do all that review of the specific things in that folder. I'm going to upload it. You can watch it. You can do what you got to do. And then I will be going over every day of certain categories which are meant for the STAR. After that, you will take the STAR test May 11th. That's in 5 days or 5 school days with me, and then you'll be good to go. I know there has been a lot of announcements saying that you all can come back to school. Answer the discussion. The discussion says, are you going to come back to school? Because if you are going to be here in school, I need to know just to make sure there is enough room, and so I can pull out what you need to do to accomplish and gain credit if you're missing credit. Today is a little different. We do have our student teacher that's going to do a lesson for us, our last lesson. Please do the warm-up. That's for specific purposes. Should be not too hard, pretty easy, 4 questions. She's going to go over the notes. Make sure you do the quiz. That's always a mandatory thing. And the discussions. You have 3 things to do today. Other than that, let's get started with some notes. Ms. Wakjita's going to take over.
Good morning, the students again. Today we are going to learn arithmetic and geometric sequence. The arithmetic sequence is a sequence with a constant difference to the next number, and the geometric sequence is it's multiplied by a constant ratio but not 0. So we have the formula for the arithmetic sequence. This is the formula that we are going to use, then that's what you are going to write. So if you follow this step, like first you calculate the difference between the numbers, the sequence, then make a table labeling the first number in the sequence. The first sequence is A1, and the formula, as you see, it needs A sub 0. Okay, now in order for us to find first, we have to make a table and label each of them. Our first number is 35, that is A1. And our second number is 32, that is A sub 2. Then the third one is A sub 3. And the fourth one is A sub 4. Then what we need according to the formula is A sub 0. Then when you look at these numbers, like this, the first 2, what do you see? Like from 35, it goes to 32. From 32, it goes to 29. From 29, it goes to 26. So we see it decreasing by 3, all of them. This one decreasing by 3, and right here decreasing by 3, and here also it decreased by 3. Since we have to this side, our D is right now, we found, the difference, that D is different, is equal minus 3, going this way. Now since this is our first sequence, when we go to the left, we add up this way, but when we come to the left, we subtract 3 over this side, but when we come to the left, we add 3 to this number, to the A1. So that will become, when we add up 3, that will become 38. Now, we have our, according to the formula is A n equals D, that is the difference, n plus A sub 0. Since we have our A sub 0 right here, and our difference right here, so all we have to do is insert those numbers according right down here. D is minus 3, and A sub 0 is 38. Now since we have those two, we can write the formula that an equals to minus 3, that's our D, 3n, our A sub 0 is 38, so plus 38. So this is our formula. That's how you can do to get your formula in order for you to get the nth term of the sequence. Now I'll give you a few minutes so you can pause your video to try this. Okay, I'm back now, so we can do this together. The same way as we did before, what we do is we just need to do our table again, and after we do the table, we have to label them. Since this is our first number, we give that A sub 1, our second A sub 2, A sub 3, A sub 4. Then, since we have A sub 0 on the formula, we have to write it down in order for us to find it. Okay, when you see now from here up to here, what do you see? From 30 it goes to 40. From 40 it goes to 50. From 50 it goes to 60. That is, it adds up 10 each time. So add up 10. So that will tell us our what is our D when it goes to this way. So D equals, that is 10. Now when we come to find A sub 0, since this one is our first sequence, when we go to the left, to the right we add up 10, to the left we subtract from this, the first sequence. The first sequence is, our first sequence is 30, so we subtract 10 from that, we get 20. Now we have our A sub 0, that is 20, and we have our D here. So all we need to do is put them in the formula. That is, the formula is AN equals DN plus A sub 0. Now we have AN equals, we have our D is 10, plus our A sub 0 is 20. So this is the formula we found. So we go to our next example, right here, you've been given a sub 2, a sub 3, a sub 4, and a sub 5. So the same thing we are following, we just do our table. We have a sub 2, we do our table. Okay, a sub 2, a sub 3, a sub 4, and a sub 5. So when we do our table, to the left side, since we have a sub 1, we need a sub 1 and a sub 0, because that's we need for the formula. So a sub 2 is 9. It is already given here. A sub 3 is 14. A sub 4 is 19. A sub 5 is 24. Now we have to figure out what happened to these numbers in between, from 9 to 14, from 14 to 19, from 19 to 24. What happened here is it added up 5. So that will give us our D to the right side. Our D is 5. So if we add up to the right 5, we have to subtract to the left 5. So we have the first one is 9. Nine minus 5 is 4. Then from 4 we have to subtract 5, that will give us negative 1. That is our a sub 0. The only thing we need is a sub 0 and D. So since we have that, we can write the formula. So the formula is AN equals DN plus a sub 0. So we have our D, so it is 5 5n plus a sub 0 is minus 1. What we can do is, since it is minus 1, we can put it in the bracket like this. So we cannot write 2 plus and minus. So when we multiply this, we get minus. So our a sub n equals 5n minus 1. So this will be our formula. So I'll give you about 5 seconds to try this on your own. So I'll be back. Just pause your video to try this, please. Okay, I'm back. Okay, right now we are given here a sub 3, a sub 4, a sub 5, and a sub 6. So as usual, we have to make our tables labeling what we are given here. Okay, A sub 3, A sub 4, A sub 5, A sub 6, that is given here. So to the left side, we have to come up A sub 2, A sub 1, and A sub 0. So we have to make our table so A sub 3 is given, that is minus 7, A sub 4 minus 9, A sub 5 is minus 11, A sub 6 is minus 13. When you look up this way, what happened is from minus 7 to minus 9, it adds up minus 2. When you add up minus 2 to minus 7, it will give you minus 9. So the difference is minus 2, the same here, minus 2, the same here, minus 2. So that will give us our D equals minus 2. Now we have to find out A sub 0. In order for us to find A sub 0, we have to calculate to the left. This is our first one, it is given from whatever is given to the left. If we minus 2 over here, we have to go over this side plus 2. So when we plus 2 minus 7, it will be minus 5. And minus 5 plus 2, it is minus 3. Minus 3 plus 2 is minus 1. Now we have our A sub 0, that is 1. And our D is 2. So we insert this to the formula. So AN equals dn plus A sub 0. So AN, that's A sub n equals, our D is minus 2. Our A sub 0 is minus 1. That is, anyways, as I told you before, a plus or minus 1, it will become 1. So our answer will be A sub n equals minus 2n minus 1. This will be our formula that we get.